Hey guys, how's it going? This is Darryl from DuoQueue, obviously. And today we've got another first impressions video for you while Dion and I get through the remainder of the next game we have planned for Where We Stand. Ideally, we were hoping to get the video out in June, but well, let's just say the next game we're going to cover is a JRPG and involves a guest speaker, so it's a big one for us. And JRPGs kind of demand a lot of time and blah 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 blah, you get it. Point is, we're here today to talk about Selaco. I played the Selaco demo recently, and I can tell you about 4 things after finishing it. Number 1, the game is really stylish and gorgeous to look at. Number 2, the combat is very satisfying and difficult. Number 3, I suck at FPS games as per usual, and I don't know why I keep trying. And number 4, this looks to be a game full of that sweet, sweet lore, because I'm a sucker for lore. Barring one of those points, Selaco is shaping up to be a game I'm genuinely interested in, but let's talk about why. Let's start with a general blurb about the game that I will read from the Steam page to give a better nutshell than I can give on my own. The story takes place during a violent invasion of Selaco, the underground facility that's home to the surviving refugees after the fall of the Earth. You play as Dawn, an ace security captain who, with her recent promotion and high-level security clearances, is digging deep into the truth behind Selaco's murky history. As you can see, the game is very focused on its story as well as its gameplay, and that's obvious from the amount of freedom the player has to explore within the level. There is a lot of detail placed in the environment as well as a lot of environmental storytelling that makes the facility feel lived in. In fact, the whole wake up and go nature of the demo reminds me of the opening of Dead Space 2 or of Resident Evil 3, where all seems like it's all normal, it's all good, you're just taking a nap or whatever, before shit finally hits the fan, forcing you to run as a defenseless Dawn for a little bit until she reaches the locker room where her gear is. I kinda eat that shit up. Moving on, we're gonna talk about the combat. Once again, I suck at FPS games.
Is that so? Well, gee, maybe the old Flanders mobile could use
This was true for me in Doom, Apex Legends, Halo, Ion Fury, and apparently here. Granted, I might be a little too hard on myself since I just touched the game and its very nature is meant to be difficult based on the setting I picked. In fact, let's talk about that for a moment. By default, there are 5 different difficulties. Each one down the list is harder than the last. I chose the middle one that treats me like a veteran, so I guess I was asking for it. But that's not to say that the game will be a cakewalk though. The AI for the enemies in the game is tricky and they will flank you often, like real often. The red armored bastards will one-shot you or 2-pump you from a distance if you're not careful. Speed is useful, but using your environment and the sounds that you hear to your advantage seems to be the name of the game here. I could be wrong in the future, things could change, but that's how I was handling it. In the demo, you get 3 different weapons. If there are any others, I might have missed them. You get a pistol with a Bane and an alternative fire. You get an assault rifle, and you get a shotgun. Dawn's got some hands too though, so don't be afraid to throw them if you need to do anything else to mess up the enemy's face. The enemies aren't particularly bullet spongy or anything, but they don't stand still for very long either. Once again, they'll flank you, they'll run off for cover, and stuff like that if it means that it's going to be easier to kill you. The game has a quick save system, which is a godsend in my opinion, on the traditional setting, so that's useful. But if you're a masochist of the Elden Ring variety, watch our review of Elden Ring, then by all means, be hardcore and use the setting that doesn't allow for that and more. All in all, the game is loads of fun and I highly recommend that you download the demo and give it a whirl yourself if your interest was even slightly, ever so slightly piqued. With that said, that's all I have to say about the demo. I'd love to play the full game for DuoQueue or on my own personal YouTube channel if you want to check it out, so keep your eyes glued to both just in case, for whenever the game officially releases. Until then, I'm Darryl, and I'll see you in the next Where We Stand. Later.